Can a tortoise really teach you about your career? Does a slow and steady pace really win the race? Stay tuned to today's episode of SOS for Leaders, where we're going to talk about being patient in your career. Stay tuned.
Hi, friends. Welcome to Direct Impact Broadcasting. The network of growth and transformation presents SOS for Leaders, where your host, Tywauna Wilson, will be sharing leadership and personal growth strategies. Let's jump right in.
Hi, friends. Welcome to another episode of SOS for Leaders. I am your host and leadership mentor, Tywauna Wilson. I'm so excited to have you here on this episode. Listen to this podcast. We are starting our series on what we can learn from the tortoise about our career. Today's episode, we're talking about being patient about your career. I know that you are ready to climb up the corporate ladder. You're ready to move and transition into the next role. You're ready to open up your business. You're ready to get that next title, the title of manager, director, VP, or even one of the C's, the COO, CEO, CFO, CMO, and all the other O's that are out there. But you have to be patient because it just might not be time yet. If you're trying to become an overnight sensation, you might want to focus on the long-term career success instead. Think about the music industry and artists. Artists who gradually develop a following tend to have higher sales than those who skyrocketed to fame over the long haul. Think about those artists that have had a long career. I like R&B. I like artists such as the Isley Brothers. I mean, they have spanned a long career from my mother's time to my time, and they're still making songs. And so they had one of those tortoise type of careers, that's slow and steady. And so when you think slow and steady, does it still win the race in your career? Yes, absolutely it does. And today we're going to talk about being patient in your career. I know you're ready to move on to the next level. You're ready to be a manager, a director. You're ready to be a VP or one of the C's, the CEO, COO, CMO, CFO, and all the other O's that are out there. But it might not be your time yet. There's this quote by Gandhi that says, to lose patience is to lose the battle. So sometimes you have to wait. You have to wait in your career, and you have to wait for that time to be just right. Sometimes you can move too fast and then not be the right move, which could cause you to lose the battle. So let's jump into today's topic of being patient about your career. I'm going to give you some simple tips that you can think about while you are being patient and why it's important. One is you want to define your own success. It's natural to compare yourself to others, but your own sense of fulfillment is truly what really counts. And this is ensuring what you want, whether it's, like I said, moving to the C-suite or director level, whether it's opening up your own business, you want to define your own success. If you look at the media, if you look at news, they will have you thinking that you need to be this overnight success, this overnight sensation. You have to go to college. You have to go to college, and not just go to college. You have to go to college and graduate in 4 years, or graduate in 2 years. Even though your degree might be a 5-year degree, you hear that you need to go to college, you need to graduate in 4 years. And so that success is being determined for you. And when you don't feel like you're moving in that direction within that time, what happens? You get frustrated, you get discouraged, and then you often feel like you are a bit of a failure because you didn't graduate in 4 years. You're not at the manager level and you've been in your career for 2 years or 3 years. So define your own level of success, because this is going to be key to your own self-fulfillment. At the end of the day, You defining your own success is really what matters. That's what counts. So define it for yourself and don't compare yourself to somebody else's journey. It's really unfair to compare yourself to somebody that graduated from high school at 15 years old, right? To compare yourself to somebody that graduated from college in 3 years. So define it for yourself. The second thing about being patient about your career and why you're waiting to see what that next step is for yourself, help others. Be generous with your time, your talent, with helping others, with favors. Think about your business connections and how these relationships can help you be of service to others. You'll feel better, and the kindness may be returned to you when you least expect it. So when you help others, you never know the words of wisdom. You never know giving somebody career advice. You never know with submitting a referral for somebody or turning somebody on to a job. They might not have even seen the posting, but you never know how you helping others can help you in the long run. I've had it happen many times before where I'm just in my space of helping people like I know how to do, saying, hey, what about this opportunity? Or, hey, I will, turn your name into the person that has the posting for that particular job. Doing it, not looking for anything in return, not looking for a favor, not looking for anything. And then in my path, then I've had it where people have returned that favor to me and say, hey, here's an opportunity. I don't even know if it's on your radar or not, but here's an opportunity that I think you would be a good fit for. You should connect with this person, or you should connect with that person. It's happened more times than not. I'm going to connect you. I can remember several years ago, one of my good friends, she connected me to a fellow scientist that's over a global women's magazine. And the thing is, she was like, sis, you need to be a part of this article. I'm a part of this article, and you need to be a part of this article too, because I know your story. People need to hear what you have to say. I didn't know anything about the article, didn't know anything about the woman scientist, the publisher that was even over the magazine. But it was because of one of my friends that was like, you need to, I'm in it, you need to be in it. And so what she did is she connected me with the woman that was over that magazine. And it was so crazy is that she connected me with the woman that was over the magazine. And she was like, yeah, absolutely. Would love to have you in it. You would be a great addition to this piece, in which she was featuring 2 other scientists. So it was 3 of us that were featured in this STEM article. And here's what's so crazy about it. That particular magazine that edition was one of the highest rated magazine articles and had a lot of downloads, and to be featured with an Olympian on the cover. So, I mean, it was just like a huge deal. And for somebody to think of me when they didn't have to. And so I tell you that to say, help others. You never know when somebody is going to return that favor for you when you least expect it. So it could be an opportunity like that. And that opportunity opened up many opportunities for me to be able to get my message out. So helping others, being patient in your career, doing the work, doing the work and being patient. Steer a middle course. So there's a big difference between adopting a slower pace, right? I said we talking about being like the tortoise, but adopting a slower pace and actually being in a rut. So put forth your best effort and know when it's time to try a new approach or it's time to take risks. Sometimes it's time to go to another employer. I know that, employers like, don't be telling people that. We're trying to keep the talent that we have. And that I understand. But sometimes your talent has stopped performing. They have stopped performing, and it's time for them to move on, really for the best for both you and your organization. And so steer a middle course. You don't know where you need to be at certain times. So while you're being patient, waiting for the next title, maybe you need to do a lateral move in the meantime while you're being patient. So while you're adopting that slower pace, making sure that you're not in a rut. And here's another thing to think about as you're being patient about your career is focusing on life outside of the office or your current role. I know it's easy to get in the trenches of I'm doing work and everything is about work and I have to be the best to get to the next level, and I'm going to pour everything into that. And that's awesome to have those ambitions. It's awesome to want to lead at the highest level. But above all, quite honestly, is about having a balanced life, whatever that balance is for you. So having those positive relationships that provide support and meaning for you, having a spiritual practice, if that's what you have, or maybe a daily routine that you have that consists of maybe some meditation or mindfulness or prayer or whatever it is that works for you. But having that balance so that you keep living while you're being patient in your career. So you still want to keep living. You still want to enjoy life. You still want to have fun. You still want to create memories. You still want to do those things while you're trying to move to the next level. And it'll come. It will come when you least expect it. And I know you probably have been passed over for opportunities. You probably just got a notice that you weren't selected for an opportunity. And that's okay, because it probably wasn't the right season for you. It probably wasn't the right time. There's nothing like getting a role that you weren't meant to have at this time. You weren't prepared to have at this time. So being patient in your career is important. Being like the tortoise. To lose patience is to lose the battle, as Gandhi says. So think about those 4 things. As you know, I like to be practical. I like to get you in and out with some practical things to get you thinking and to give you just that jump start to say, you know what, let me think about my career and I need to be patient. Right now is not the time. Is not the season for me to get my next role or my next. But define your own success. That's going to be critical for you. Helping others in the meantime. Be a person of service. When you are a person of service and you serve and you're about helping others, believe me, you will receive your blessing twofold when you focus on helping others, because you will be helped. Trust me. Steer a middle course. So figuring out, there may be something else that you need to do in the meantime while you're waiting for that next big opportunity, that next big role. So steer a middle course and finding, is that a lateral move? Is that a project that you need to work on? Is that a community endeavor you need to be involved with? And focus on life outside of your office or current role. I know about being all in, but sometimes you have to take a step back and have that balanced life, balance as whatever you have defined it for yourself. So I hope these practical tips have been helpful in being patient about your career. This is just the first episode of this series. We are going to talk about being patient in your job search, all about that tortoise mentality. And then we're going to conclude with being patient on the job, right? Yeah, that's good. So you got to tune in to the next episode to get the entire series. So I hope you have an amazing day. Do me a favor. Please share this podcast out with a friend. Please, when you see it come across your social media, tag me. I would love for you to do that. Share it out with somebody who might need to hear just this message on today. You be the messenger. for giving them this word. So thank you so much for tuning in. Have an awesome day. Until next time, be blessed.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of SOS for Leaders, where Tywauna shared nuggets of wisdom that you can use to win in life. Follow her on Facebook, Instagram, and connect on LinkedIn. And remember, the secrets of success in your life resides inside of you. When you know what your strengths are, you can utilize them to live an impactful and influential life.